Welcome back, one and all, for the finals of CubeCon. Justin Parnell, joined by Jonathan Brostoff, in the booth
Team J,
for
bro.
one more match of magic on the weekend.
One more match. This is it. It's been an amazing trip, and we're coming to the very end of the destination right here. So what you've all been waiting for. It's a kind of, let's see, what's the analogy? David versus Goliath, Cinderella versus Othello. I don't know. Something's going on here.
Maybe David versus Goliath. Are you saying that Caleb is Goliath and that Nick Miniker is David?
Mm-hmm.
I think David may have injected himself with like some gamma radiation because he's going to be hulking up. Nick Miniker has dismantled his way to the finals. I'd say with less opposition than Caleb has faced so far.
Yes, and also this is so. There's lots of green combo decks. There's lots of iterations of it. This is an amazing one. Can we pull that up? Just real quick.
So we're gonna take a look. We're gonna take a look here at Nick's deck before we take it to the players. Nick is playing a straight up ramp deck.
It is
straight up ramp. We have the best possible use of channel because it's not just a channel deck, but you can actually just cast these cards with all of your ramp stuff.
Correct.
We have Mox Emerald.
Yep.
We have Rofilos. We have 3 mana elves for turn 1.
Gaia's Cradle.
Gaia's Cradle. We have no less than 5 payoffs for massive ramp, and that doesn't even count Tooth and Nail nor Woodfall Primus. And you know what? I didn't even notice this at first. We have a Survival of the Fittest just in case we don't have any of that stuff,
or in case we draw late game birds we don't need. Like this is everything. And not only that, we've also got just again the ability, just turn 2 straight up win. Like that's it. Like you don't get a turn. In fact, we can do a turn 1.
Yeah, this is gonna be Caleb's toughest matchup. Ultimately, I said from the before the draft.
Correct.
I said I think it's gonna be Peter.
Yes.
After the draft, who did I say had the best deck?
Nick
Miniker.
Not close.
And I think that this is going to be Caleb's toughest test. Whoever wins this is going to be a worthy champion. No question.
Yes, this is a great matchup. You have one of the best players versus one of the best decks. Actually, I still think Caleb is slightly favored in this matchup
because it's Caleb. Because Caleb Durward.
Partially that, and also because Nick is running a version. It's not the most glass cannon-y version because there's not natural order. It is missing a natural order, but it is easily disrupted in the ways that a deck like Caleb's can take advantage of. And as soon as something gets off by a little bit, but either way, we're in for a great game of Magic. I'm gonna call it for Caleb. You're calling it for Nick.
I'm gonna call it for Nick.
Let's go.
All right. Let's get down to the players. I know we may have some mulligans. I think as we were kind of warming up, Nick and or Caleb may have mulliganed, and I'm gonna confirm that. But being on the play here for either player, both having access to Moxes is actually going to be really important.
Huge. And also, especially for Caleb, because his Mox gives him Counterspell turn 1, which could be very relevant. Or if Nick doesn't have his Mox turn 2, but being able to stop that channel is going to be key.
Yes, big time.
And again, like Caleb has Time Walk. Like Caleb can also do the sort of unfair things that elves have to sacrifice so much material for by putting poopy 1/1 creatures in the deck. But we're off to the races. Okay, so we're starting off with a very strong land, Shelly Deli. Although, if of all the matchups, this is the one where it's very likely that's not going to get to activate.
Yeah, I would say that it's unlikely that either player is going to have less than that many cards in their deck. And Caleb is on a Mold of 6.
A Mold of 6, okay.
Going to need some sort of card advantage, probably to deal with just the sledgehammer that's going to come out of Nick's deck. Big deal. Here.
No elf turn 1, which is huge. But he could be slow rolling it to a channel turn 2 for the win. Okay, well, there's no pressure for that.
There's no pressure, but there's also nothing it really does. I don't think there's a single card in Nick's deck that says the words "draw a card" on it, other than Kozilek, Butcher of Truth, and if that's entering the battlefield,
not entering, if it's being cast,
if it's being cast.
Oh, and a whiff! Wow. Is that okay? Not a channel. So Caleb, but again, the powerful part of what Nash said is not the opponent in this case, but being able to draw yourself. But Caleb whiffed the first time. Let's see if he can get the second. That is huge.
Yeah.
That is huge. Although
turns a dig through time into an impulse.
But not punished for it. Okay, that's a pretty good one. That's a spicy meatball.
So Vampiric Tutor coming off of the Narset for Caleb, and obviously that's going to play a big part in this game at some point because it's going to give Caleb access to what his best card in the deck at the time is in any scenario.
Yep. And so we have Counterspell mana. Oh, just kidding. We do not have Counterspell mana up. Okay. So again, there's one more window of opportunity for Nick to get it.
And I think Caleb's saying, you know what, if you didn't have anything on turn 2, I'm going to go ahead and tap on turn 3. Ironically, Nick does draw his copy of Rofalos.
Wow.
This is a lot easier, at least because Rofalos doesn't need to untap. Caleb does have some interaction for that.
Well, and Caleb, remember, has the tutor, so upkeep we could see nothing. Just kidding. Okay.
Well, we don't have access to 2 black mana yet.
Oh, look, there's Rofalos. There's the other Rofalos.
Yep, and we see an ultimate price.
Yep.
Obviously, Rofalos is a monocolored creature.
Yeah, the +4 life is very good. We also have Counterspell magic up, which is huge.
Yeah, very
because
big deal.
we could see. Okay, there's the channel. This could be game.
Okay.
Does Caleb have a Counterspell?
Yeah, and Nick is going to cast a minimum 1 card off of this, and I would say we could actually be seeing closer to. I know we have a Woodfall Primus, and if we have another Eldrazi, you have 2 big bangers. And I see a pin coming out. That usually means channels resolving.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Okay, Blightsteel Colossus.
Blightsteel's pretty good. You know what Blightsteel's good against? Dark Dex Topin.
It actually is, yeah. Blightsteel also good against people playing Magic the Gathering, which Caleb happens to be doing.
Not only Blightsteel, but one of the most resilient threats in all of Green. A 4/4 that makes 2/2s and can sack. Okay,
so that's going to happen at the end of turn. We're going to get a manifest off of the top of Nick's deck.
That's right. And what Caleb needs right here is to start chaining Time Walks. Now we can still do. There is certainly a path. So he's gonna search up a Time Walk here, which gets him very close to
getting that Ancestral Vision.
Vision.
We have a Lutri in hand,
and there's a Wood Elemental. Also,
Whisperwood Elemental, which should make a manifest at the end of Nick's turn. We're going to double check on the floor if we can get that corrected. That's not a May. We're going to go ahead and put that manifest down for Nick in just a moment.
But Wood Elemental is legal in this format.
It's to be clear, it's legal, but I don't believe it's been in a Vintage Cube that I've personally.
You've never played Vintage Legends?
No, I haven't had the pleasure. That was not one of the cubes at CubeCon, surprisingly.
Take a note, folks. Next year, bring your Legends Vintage Cube. Okay, so we're seeing if that manifests.
And we'll get that taken care of. So
okay, the head judge is
Caleb has cast that Vampiric Tutor. What do we think might be coming down this turn?
I think it's got to be a Time Walk.
Yep.
Again, Caleb wanted the land so that he could, he wants to be able to Time Walk and Lutri it, but he's run out of time, ironically. That's weird. But anyway, and again, we've seen Caleb already in this tournament have incredibly tough situations and find a way, slow but steady, to craw himself back to victory. That might be what we're seeing. Now, what can we see? We could see... Oh wait, so they're still discussing.
The card is right there, basically saying where are we in the turn. We're in Caleb's draw step, going to be drawing the card that he just Vampiric Tutored for. I think they're trying to resolve that Whisper Elemental. Let's focus on how Caleb gets out after the Time Walk. How does he get out of this?
It is not open deckless, Commander, but they were sitting next to each other, so I probably had seen it. Okay, so we're seeing the Time Walk here. We want to see another Time Walk after this. And then, you know what is good?
Well,
what's it called?
I mean, you could say
Blue Titan. Blue Titan's good.
Yeah, there we go.
Frost Titan. Excuse me.
That is right.
Not only that, but if we can chain one more Time Walk, if it's Snapcaster Mage, if it's 5-mana Time Walk, we get to draw 3. Then we're going to get close to Shelly Deli. We're getting closer.
You do get closer, and taking all of those extra turns, as you identified much earlier in coverage, is really kind of its own combo with Shelldock Isle.
Exactly. Yep, there we go. That's what I'm talking about, baby.
Okay, we have Snapcaster Mage, which is going to do the Time Walk.
So how many cards? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we're going to get there. I think we're Oh no,
I'm gonna not speculate on the number of cards for Sheldon Isle.
I'm calling it.
All
I'm
right.
calling it. I'm calling it right now. This gets us there.
So I think
Chat, can someone do the math? Oh no, but no, Caleb did mulligan. Nick mulligan.
no,
Yes.
no, Caleb
I think we
did.
get
No,
there.
no, Caleb did mulligan to 6
Oh, he
for
did.
this game. Yep. So Caleb is checking, and we will find out what the count is and whether that is going to allow Caleb to activate Sheldon Isle.
Now again, Nick is at 6. That's not irrelevant either. This is possible to quickly turn around. We also can see a hostage taker. We could see
A hostage taker would be a nice one.
we could see a kill spell for the 4/4, and then we could reanimate it. We have options here. This is not over by any means.
So we have 3 mana on the stack, and that is going to copy the Ancestral Vision to draw 6 cards, as we've seen Caleb do multiple times.
So that allows him to survive an attack from the Blightsteel Colossus.
A single one, that's
which
true.
Is,
hey, that's like a time walk on its own.
Correct. That is huge. So, and again, it's also, and the other thing to consider is that's not damage. In other words, he could take 11 poison and not take it. If he hostage takes it, and be fine for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
So,
going to be difficult for Nick to meaningfully interact with most of Caleb's permanents, but Nick does have a little bit of interaction.
Okay, well, are we going to see the line? We're going to see him kill the 4/4 and then reanimate it here. Let's see it. There's step 1.
All right, so we have a Whisperwood Elemental, and we are going to see a follow-up with...
Come on!
With Reanimate, and that's going to bring the Whisperwood Elemental back, which is going to provide a lot of recurring blockers for Caleb.
Wow.
And now that 6 life start to come into play a little bit more.
Not only that, it also removes a huge threat from Nick. Because again, if there is going to be a damnation or something like that, we've got the answer. And this does present a clock. So now Nick is really up against it. And remember,
yeah, it's true. It's true because, but we don't get many free blocks for with a 2 toughness creature.
Correct. But we have drawn 6 cards, so it's very possible we've gotten to something plus.
Well, not only that, Nick can't exactly just attack with creatures freely.
Correct. That's correct. So we can.
What about if you have 2?
What
about if you have 2 Blightsteels?
Although
it's going to cost 2 life.
2 life. That's huge. Nick, and interestingly, he did not copy the 4/4. He copied the Blightsteel. So he's just going for it. But that putting him down to 4 life is huge.
Wait a second. That was a Simic Signet.
Is that Simic or is that?
I'm telling you, it's a Simic Signet. It's a blue mana, and that's not going to cost Nick 2 life.
Just kidding.
I was on the same page.
Okay.
We thought it was 2 life.
I'm drunk.
And Nick is smarter than both
Nick's
of us. It's not me. It's Nick.
He knows blue mana taps for Phyrexian. Oh, wait. Was that a Force of Will? Oh, he doesn't attack. Wow. Caleb has really turned this around.
Has to keep Blightsteel on defense.
And not only that, the manifesting gets him closer and closer to that Shelly Deli.
It does.
We're close. And if this is a Titan under there, it's just going to completely...
It's game.
Yeah.
It's actually game over.
Wow. Or if he has any removal for that 2/2.
Or if he just drew Frost Titan into 7 cards.
Or if he did. Or if he's got the 2/3 hostage taker. Now, he also could just draw a time walk. He's still got another time walk left. Golly, Caleb has really turned this around. Oh my!
And we're going to see the Shelldock activation.
Is this a Titan?
Caleb's like, I'll show you.
Oh.
It's a dark depths.
The old Dark Depths versus Blightsteel Colossus matchup.
And that does have to be Nick's land for a certain. And we're going to see Vampire Hexmage here, which
can you describe why Dark Depths got to get cast off of that?
Yeah,
or not cast, played. Excuse me.
It does have to get played. So playing a land is a special action. It's actually called a special action in Magic. You can do that 1 time a turn on your turn. So if you activate Sheldon Isle on your opponent's turn, you're not able to take your special game action to play a land. It has to be on your turn when you have not played one. While Sheldon Isle goes around timing restrictions, that's for casting spells, and lands don't follow the same restriction.
Gotcha. But you could do it on your opponent's turn.
If you can somehow play a land on your opponent's turn, but you'd have to have another card that allowed you to do so.
Touche. So we have a 2020 Merit Liege, again, the natural enemy of Blightsteel Colossus.
It's actually true.
And I don't know how Nick can come out of this. He doesn't have.
He needs to be able to cast Ulamog, but he
But
doesn't
how?
have enough mana to do so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Roflos is dead. Wow,
The
what a
channel's
game!
gone.
What a game! What looked like a terrible game for Caleb is now turning into an unlosable situation.
And it is going to be unlosable.
Great game one. Well played,
as
Nick.
Caleb's
Well
going to take
played,
that. And
Caleb.
hopefully Caleb gives that Whisper Elemental back there, I guess.
And Caleb smart. I mean, Nick did make the correct play. He did not pay the 2 life for the Metamorph with the blue man on the table. That was correct. So that was. Did not necessarily see that line myself, but it was correct.
I didn't either.
Yep. Thought that was the Selesnya one because the alternate. It's the other art.
It is.
Right,
That's the secret layer. It's the secret layer art. It gets you sometimes.
Man, wow, well done. Okay,
Caleb, 1 game away from gaining that trophy that we see on the side.
You can see him. He's getting closer. He moved his loot tree up closer to it. Okay, yeah, that's not a so. Rule 305.3. Thank you, Yanko. A player can't play a land for any reason if it isn't his or her turn. Ignore this effect if the effect instructs player to do so. That's exactly what you said.
Yep.
Okay.
You'd have to have another card that basically broke the game rule for you. Otherwise, Shodokan not going to help you in that situation. So generally, you're putting spells into there.
Yeah. So if you're Nick, what do you want to see here? You just want the turn 1 channel, right? We can turn 1 channel into Ulamog or Emrakul actually, and
Emrakul is what you want.
That would be very hard for Caleb to come back from.
I think. Emrakul.
Although he could come back from it. Okay,
Emrakul's a really interesting one because it's actually not at its best on turn 1 because you can't annihilate her for anything.
True, just their life total.
Yeah, just their life total. It always annihilates for their life total, right? Okay, so what were you gonna say?
Well, I think again, I still think Dimir 5 turns is favored in this matchup because of the glass cannon nature of Mean and Green. Although Nick's deck isn't as glass cannon as it could be. There is some resilience, but for example, the 4/4 that makes 2/2s. But this is gonna be pretty rough. It doesn't look like anyone's sideboarding anything unless I missed it. That being said, when do you get to see this type of competition? This is amazing Magic being stretched to its reaches. I'm so happy to be with you. CubeCon 2022, thrilled to be with you all. Thank you so much for hanging out, for being with us. We are just packed as peaches to be here today. We're coming to the end. It's been a very long day, the best 4 days in cubing. And if you like what you see, please give us a shout out on Twitter. Come next year, join the Discord group, come hang out. We're doing all this for the community, and we are happy to provide you with it. And yeah, it's great.
We're loving being here, and we could be going into our very last game.
Hopefully, we'll get one more out of this.
I hope we get one more.
I want to see this. This is great Magic.
Obviously, we got to have a game 3 for the trophy.
Yeah, got it.
That's how it's intended.
Okay, let's see. Turn 1. We get. Okay, we've got an elf off the shelf for turn 1, which is a very good start for Nick. That's where he wants. He didn't get it last game.
Yeah, Nick didn't have that last game.
No, in fact, if Nick's cards came up a little bit differently, if it was Roflos first and then the Signet, if things going up a little bit differently, he's in great shape last game. But we're gonna see.
I spied a Tooth and Nail in Nick's hand.
Okay, now Tooth and Nail, 7 mana, do something, 9 mana, win the game. It's pretty good. We've also got
It could be close to seven mana, win the game in Nick's deck. He's got so many bangers he can just draw, and he's obviously planning to draw them because he's channeling.
And we see a Blightsteel Colossus in hand as well as a 4 mana artifact that taps for 3 mana, and that means Thran Dynamo. That means that we can get to either of the casting costs of Tooth and Nail in 2 turns. So Caleb is up against it. But again, that's the power of Caleb's deck. This is kind of a glass can thing. So any disruption is going to be a huge eruption here. And he ooh, wow. The aggressive him to Torque, half a him. The aggressive Mind Twist for 1.
Mind Twist for 1.
Wow.
Now, I think this is a tempo. I think this is a tempo play for Caleb.
Yeah, this tells turn 2, turn 3, turn 4. Okay, what do we see? Wow.
Nick has to be stunned because I think Nick was definitely planning to slam that Thran Dynamo down.
Wow. That's a shaboom boom.
Yeah, that's a Gaia's Cradle, which currently is in forest mode.
Yep.
But
forest still a forest.
But a forest is still a forest, and obviously can always get much better.
So we're gonna look for another creature so that we can strike enough mana.
We're gonna discard this. We're gonna discard this Blightsteel and shuffle it on back into the deck.
And he could get it back.
It could.
If you wanted, this could be just a mental play. Just like show your hand. But
I think we're gonna get a 1 mana elf here.
I think that makes most sense. You could even get the elf that makes 2 mana.
Or the elf that makes a lot of mana.
Now that's interesting. So it's in forest mode, but not a forest. This will
can't
not
cast it this turn.
Interesting. So
despite that being more powerful, I think I would have gone for an elf I could cast.
I like the tempo here, but I mean, again, Caleb's line was amazing. If he hit pretty much anything else in that hand, Nick is off to the races. But being able to bink him for 4 or for 3 mana, like, incredible. Great play by Caleb. That really worked out amazingly well.
I think
if it hits the... Or go ahead, sorry. Yeah.
I think it really indicates that Caleb is, has plans for the rest. And Caleb on 2 lands, looking like Caleb missed a land drop.
Oh, wow.
If we're at Caleb's instep, which is a little bit unclear, but we're going to find out in a second here. And that would make a lot more sense of why we're mind twisting, because we know that we're not going to get another chance to do so. And the discarding the Whisperwood Elemental for the Acidic Slime really proves that Caleb is at his instep, likely going to miss his land drop. And if he doesn't have Force of Will, going to be left with no blue mana on his turn.
And thinning out the deck, so it's more likely to draw lands. Although not a land there, but another elf that taps for 2, which is great. So we're off to the races here. Caleb's not going to be able to Damnation unless we get a...
So we have a 2 mana now. There's no acidic slime coming right now, and Caleb kind of hesitated. Tells me that he might have that Force of Will.
And interestingly enough, Nick does not swing here, so the 1 life is not worth the ability to get whatever is out of his hand for something else. I'm not sure what he's trading the acidic slime for, but it could be something big.
I think it's the flexibility.
And it looks like Caleb does have Force of Will. He's holding on to it with his right thumb, which is the useful thumb. In other words, if Force of Will's all the way over there, it means you're ready to cast out quickly. You don't want to miss it.
Or if you're a lefty.
Touche.
Yeah,
then you got it. Or, Oh! Now,
Caleb's going to play Ashiok Nightmare Weaver and going to take 3 of Nick's cards, which is
that's exactly what I was going to say. Colossus. That's interesting because because of survival of fittest, this actually can remove the threat density that Nick needs for the survival. So Nick did not survival in response to it. Very interesting.
And Nick saying, okay, well, now that those are gone, I might need to go get something that's a big banger.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana.
I got bad news. Bad news for Caleb. How do you like acidic slime? How do you like double acidic slime that you can't counter?
Nice Ashiok. So Caleb does have the Force of Will in hand. This will just be a double acidic slime. So taking out the Ashiok in the swamp here also puts Caleb off of the ability to Damnation, which is huge.
It's a big deal.
And it also, with that extra mana, it means if Nick wants, he can swing for 1 too.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Oh wait, that's not.
We got 1 more, but he's certainly got the mana for it. That's 9. That's
not correct.
That's 9 mana, and now we go 10 mana.
Oh, not swinging. Okay, there it's better. Okay,
all right.
Yep.
And we're going to take out the black card and the black source, which is going to leave Caleb with exactly counterspell mana. And of course, we're going to see this Force will come down so Caleb doesn't lose the game on the next turn.
Yes.
But kind of well on his way to losing the game anyway.
It's going to be tough. I can't imagine how Caleb can win this. That being said, we've said that approximately 700 times, and Caleb's found a way. So if anyone can do it, he can do it.
That's true. I think this one is going to be particularly difficult because every creature draw is live for Nick because of survival.
Correct. Not only that, he also still has non-creature bangers that are left, like Karn. Yeah. He is in the driver's seat, and let's see, he discarded the acidic slime, though, right?
Discarded the acidic slime.
Okay. So
needing to get that Ulamog.
Right. So Caleb might have another counterspell in hand.
Oh, we still have Tooth and Nail with Entwine, and if this isn't going to get countered,
better counter that.
Yeah. Well, we don't have much of a choice. Okay. We do have the counterspell.
So guess what?
Still alive. Still Condemnation.
If Nick wants to, he's going to get to hardcast Emrakul this game.
Very easily.
Yes,
actually.
We're getting close to hardcasting Emrakul with 1 more forest, I believe.
Yeah, so 1 more force would get us 4 plus 4 is 8, plus 3 is 11, 12, 13, 14. We're on 14 mana with a
Oh,
forest.
just kidding. Yes, you're right.
No, that's really close though.
Yes. Caleb is looking, so it might mean a Shelly Dally is coming.
Sherlock Isle quite slow. I feel like the only thing that's going to save Caleb from certain death is removal.
Or if Nick continues to brick, he's thinned out his deck a lot. This could just be land
It's
after
got to be
land
a
after
lot.
land.
It does have to be a lot of
And
bricks.
Caleb could, and not only that, Caleb could get to a situation where he gets his Lutri back, starts looping Time Walk, starts, a Wrath of God is approximately 700 stone reigns here. Like he is not.
It takes Nick from 11 to our 12 mana down to 3 mana.
That's amazing.
9 stone reigns. I'd love to see an altar of a damnation that's just 9 stone reigns.
That's a reanimate for Ulamog. Oh my, that's gonna be game. That's why he's checking the mana. Wow.
And Caleb going to 5 and saying, gotta have it now.
Wow.
This game's still not over.
Oh, you bricked. What's the other card?
I believe it's a signet for Nick.
Wow.
And
Caleb Durward, the master of disaster.
And it's still there's still plenty of game to go, because Caleb not going to be able to finish Nick off. Going to take a big chunk of his library, but not all of it. And he's at 5.
Yeah, how many? But again, how many options are left for him? Karn.
Well, we have Karn, we have Kozilek, we have Emrakul.
Oh, and Caleb still has Time Walk in the deck though.
Yeah, we're on
that's the second black.
And we're on Emrakul. We're on Emrakul mana because we played a land and a signet.
And guess what? That's the second black, which means Damnation's on the board, which means Ulamog doesn't die to Damnation.
Caleb doesn't have Damnation. Do you know why? Because he hasn't cast it yet.
No, he just drew a second Swamp Thing.
I understand, but there's been a delay.
Oh,
and that's the easiest play in Magic the Gathering history, and I believe Damnation would get cast now.
Yeah, actually, very good point.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
What could he have that can win?
Kozilek is left. But, Kozilek's the last card there.
Yeah, but even Kozilek, he can't win.
Well, Kozilek would actually make him lose the game on the spot because he'd draw his deck and lose.
Yeah, he can't win. Karn got taken out.
I think that there's 2 cards left. Caleb's like, well, I don't figure it out.
He needs something. He needs a questing beast. His questing beast in the deck.
No, there's no questing beast. He doesn't need a questing beast. I think we're drawing dead here. I think Caleb is going to win it with reanimate on. Reanimating his opponent's creatures has won him every match.
Yep. Caleb is a man. We thought he was going one way when he juked, he jived. Like he thought he was going one way, went the other. This has been amazing. What an incredible display! The true master of the vintage cube, Caleb, going his own direction, not playing the Urza. Just absolutely incredible. This has been fantastic.
Caleb showing why he's definitely smarter than me.
That is going to get Caleb down to 1 life.
Unfortunately, it's not a cast trigger, and we're gonna attack.
Life. Oh, never mind. Just kidding.
It's good. Yeah, I believe it was gonna attack for.
Wow.
Caleb Durward is going to be the CubeCon 2022 champion.
Mike, can we get Caleb to
put incredible Magic?
Let's see him grab that trophy on camera.
And I believe we're going to have the trophy delivered over here so we can present Caleb with the trophy here live in coverage.
There we go.
There it is.
Yeah. Caleb D in the place to be. That's incredible.
Now, Caleb,
what a winner.
At the beginning of the weekend, I talked to Caleb, and he was like, it's just another trophy. And I was like, but do you really mean that? Because I think this isn't.
Wow, Demir 5-turn getting there. A master display.
And
that is incredible.
I mean, absolutely masterful. He's a master. There's no question.
And not only that, he came out of some of the most amazing depths of like how many people there would be willing to scoop or just say, give up mentally. No, he fought every single step of the way. Thought of the line, going. Unbelievable. Fantastic. I will say I called it from the jump. I did call Caleb winning this.
Wow, that's crazy. Unbelievable. The underdog, Caleb Durward.
And also,
But no, you're right. You're right.
This
though.
deck was
You believed in them the whole time.
Strongly favored against this. That's exactly why I said so. Because the glass cannon, just a little bit of disruption, and the green deck's great against mono white or against a lot of decks in the cube. But against a Dimir deck, this is the kryptonite for a deck like that. A little bit, just Roflos getting binked. Just a counterspell here, just a little bit there. Just
it's right. It's true.
Yeah,
it's true.
It's a great matchup. And again, Caleb does have 5 or in some cases infinite time walks. So
he had it earlier.
That's true. We got to see infinite time walks in the Dimir deck. When do you get to see that? We got infinite turns.
Incredible.
Isn't that amazing?
Absolutely incredible. And Caleb not only is going to get the trophy, but we also have this really sweet playmat that we're going to show you again
trophy.
here.
That's a trophy. And here's the playmat. Jack, give it up.
Look at this beautiful thing.
Look at that.
I would say this is probably going to be Caleb's favorite playmat.
I would say he might get it framed. I think he frames it.
I'm actually 100% sure he's going to get it framed.
I would like to see it in his house the next time I have a sleepover over there. Next slumber party, I want to see that at his house. Or else there might be a massive pillow fight coming. Well, just letting you know. That will not be on stream.
We will confirm. That's Patreon only.
Yes. All right. Moving on. So again, a lot of surprises. We saw Caleb come back from certain death. We saw some amazing plays. This has been so good. It's been such a pleasure to stream. Thank you, thank everyone.
Yeah, thank you, Jay, bro.
Thank you. High five.
I mean, hey man, you putting this together, this is your vision, and here we are. And I gotta say, this one feels. I've actually been in the booth calling the finals for. This is the 3rd huge cube event I've had the opportunity to call the finals. I was at Gen Con 2019. I called the finals of the Gen Con Championship Cube draft with Gavin.
Legacy Cube, yep.
Yeah, I called the finals of the SCG Con 2019
Vintage
Winter Cube.
Thraben Cube.
That you won.
That was the power of Thraben Inspectors on full display, that cube.
It was.
That's when people realized.
Loved it. That you want to call that with Cedric, and now calling Caleb winning.
Amazing.
And the first one was won by Jacob Ball, so it's all incredible winners.
Yes.
I mean, my goodness. And calling the Caleb victory with you.
Amazing.
Honestly, this one is the most special to me because this event is so unique. It's even existing in the first place.
Yes. It is a miracle that we got here. But much like the match, this has been an amazing ride the whole way through. It's had twists and turns, ups and downs, and most importantly, some of the best content you could hope for. We got to make sure Caleb brings the trophy over.
He'll be on his way. Caleb's not gonna leave without the trophy. We're gonna have it. We'll have it delivered.
Yeah,
we want to present it to Caleb.
100%.
I know he's already touched it, which is good. I put it over there for him. Gotta know what they're playing for. You know,
absolutely. What a masterclass! This has been fantastic. This is,
and you know what? I want to give it up for our
production team.
I want to give it up for. I want to give it up for our other.
Hey,
you want to keep guessing? I want to give it up for our other finalist, Nick Miniker.
Yes, absolutely.
Who put on an incredible show.
Absolutely.
Shout out, Nick. Hey,
Nick Miniker.
Hey. Woo! Now, we talked days ago, and I was like, you got to see this trophy. It's really sweet. And you're like,
it is a sweet trophy.
You're like, it's just a trophy. And I was like,
I'm used to trophies being like this big plastic thing. And anyway, but no, this is really cool. I love that it's a cube.
Of course.
It's like all shiny.
Because of CubeCon.
This is perfect. Yeah, it's got a nice weight to it.
Hell yeah.
You did it. So what I said at the beginning, that you weren't satisfied with being the Cube champion of Wisconsin.
No.
Higher goals.
Yes.
Higher goals for Caleb.
Cube
wanting
champion
to be
of the world.
the
Caleb Durward.
The Cube champion of the world. And until next year, as far as I'm concerned, you are the Cube champion of the world.
Yes, unless you run it back, then you'll maintain. So we're
all staying at the same house. Can I take this off for a second?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Let's get a chair in here for Caleb.
I'm fine kneeling. This is good.
So Caleb,
this is good energy.
Can I reveal a little secret?
All right.
So for the stream, we all slept in the same house. We had some discussions. Bye. Thanks.
Hey,
great job.
Nick,
actually, Nick, get back here real quick. Get back here.
Awesome job, Nick. Nick, who is our other finalist. Hey man,
great job.
You did great. Drafted an absolute incredible deck
after the match, or after the draft portion, I looked across at him because we were sitting across from each other.
So you saw
and
the
I asked him if he liked his deck, and he's just like extremely confident, just like, yes, I like my deck.
Yeah, it's a great deck.
Everyone else that asked, they're like, oh, I don't. And I'm not surprised to see him in the finals.
Hell yeah.
No. I was able to look at Nick's. I looked at all of the decks afterwards, and I was like, there's a monster lurking in this top
That was
eight,
you.
and it was Nick's deck.
The one match that I looked over, he had Blightsteel and an Eldrazi down at the same time.
I mean,
amazing. Well, and before, so we're gonna interview Kip, but before you go, did you have a good time?
I had a blast.
Are you coming back next year?
Of course.
Are you gonna take the
I
trophy
love it.
next year?
I better.
My man.
Yes, that's what I want to hear.
Hey.
Nick Miniker, everybody, thank you for our finalists. An amazing job. Thank you for coming to CubeCon.
Thank you.
It's just been fantastic.
Yes.
Been fantastic.
And we'll see you next year.
No.
Awesome.
See you
Thanks, man.
next year. All right, thanks, Nick.
And you get to enjoy your lovely champagne of root beer, the Sprecher, on your way home. So very good.
Wonderful.
So I gotta reveal something though. That's a little personal.
Okay.
So again, we're all
It's not the medical thing, right?
Well,
Mike-
I'll say
Mike-
something else. I'll say something else. So
I
that
told
was
you not to talk about that on stream.
I got a plan B. So we all stayed at the same house, and Caleb, this more, he qualified for the top 64, top 8, got the cube that he'd be playing, and said, you know what, I'm dropping from this. I just want to do some side events, just want to hang out. It said, Caleb, you've got to play.
I already drafted the vintage cube before.
You already-
There's so many cubes
many
here
cubes.
that I didn't get a chance to draft.
There's so
and
many cubes.
the cube that I had randomed into for the top 64, I had also played
But-
before,
But
and I was like, man, I could be like trying new. I'm never gonna get a chance to play these cubes again.
honestly, legitly, to be too street, you were seriously considering not playing, correct?
Right. And
Like,
J-Bro
legit-
smacks me in the face. and
I-
he's
I
like,
took him
you're
by-
gonna play.
I said, I'm telling him like, hey, you gotta play. It was amazing.
It's
And-
ambition that he's imagining himself as that tall.
yes, that's right. It was actually much higher. I got on a chair. I grabbed Cat by the car. I said, you gotta play. And you know what? You were a delight to watch the whole time through.
Thanks,
Let
yeah.
me ask you this: as
the
the
trick was to make like suboptimal choices to make games way closer.
Yeah, we appreciate that on coverage.
Yeah.
Really gotta stretch it out.
so first of all, you were in a lot of really tough spots throughout the first game, the first match, the third match. What actually even Thalia turn 1, the second match is not great for you.
No.
So
No,
as-
he was talking down his deck, and then he's like, "Turn one Thalia on the play." I'm like,
Oh,
"Oh my
no.
like, oh my god!"
with the non-color mods,
That game, I played the wrong land on turn 2. I meant to play out Hex Mage and trade with the Thalia.
oh wow!
And I
that's
played
a
the
big-
wrong land,
that's
and
a
I'm
big
just like,
deal.
"Oh
Wow.
my fuck it!" And then I drew the Dark Depths. I'm like,
but you actually got I was gonna say it actually worked out. Was it the
Super
wrong
random,
play?
Just fumbled into it.
Was it the wrong play or was it the long play?
Yeah. Now,
So-
I will
Good.
say in that same match, as soon as your opponent played the Soulfire Grandmaster, I was like, Caleb's gonna take infinite turns. with
Yep.
that.
Yeah. Well. Oh, sure. Yeah. I didn't foresee that coming, but yeah, good call.
Yeah,
I
100%.
as soon as
That
it
was-
hit the battlefield, I was like, this is how this game's gonna be.
That was
And it did.
By the way,
I just got it back because I was low life. I'm like, I'm got an extra
Yeah, it's
turn lined up.
lifelink
I'm gonna
creature.
gain some
Yeah.
life. Hopefully, he doesn't have 5 burn in his hand to kill me. I feel real dumb, but whatever.
so as those dark moments were coming, how confident were you that you'd be able to carry the day? How are you? What's your
Just play
mentality?
magic. Just play
Just-
magic.
Just like
Yep, just focus. To get in the zone.
very good.
You don't think about any of that stuff. Just like, what's the right play? What's my opponent's on? How do I sequence this? Like, it all melts away, and you're just playing.
Very good. Now, I have another question for you. You did beat me to become the Cube champ for Wisconsin, which is one of the worst moments of my life. But
Right, yes.
you also now are
I'll
the Cube.
probably let you forget it though. Like, who's gonna remember that?
Yeah, who would ever remember that?
But you also have now the Cube Championship of the World. As the winner of CubeCon, how are you gonna? What we have the England's monarchy. You're the king. So how's your reign gonna be? What's next year gonna look like?
I mean, let's see. So Magnus Carlsen is world chess champion, and he's ducking out after like 5 championships or something. I
Yeah.
think I'll go for like 10 in a row or something. Yeah, something
That's
something
reasonable,
modest,
yeah.
Oh my!
Yeah.
All right, you heard it here
Sometimes
first.
in a row.
He's the
Now-
double. You're going for the double Magnus. I like it.
Now you have an awesome trophy.
Yeah.
We also have this Cube Champion play mat.
More playmats.
Now this is a very special one because there's one of this one in the
This is
one.
the fanciest mouse pad I've ever received.
You need a big mouse.
Yeah. So it's got the keyboard too. It's everything. I can just be reminded of what a champ I am.
Yes.
It is, yeah.
I think someone called it a play mat. I call that a frame mat. I think that is
you think I should frame it?
once in a lifetime.
That's an idea.
There's only one first CubeCon.
There's not much space on my walls, as you've seen, but
I bet you can figure it out. I believe in you.
Well, 37 years from now, when we're at CubeCon 38, that's still going to be the first and only of its kind. We're very excited for it. Last question I have for you, Caleb, is what does
they give me so much swag, everybody?
Hell yeah, we did.
Got a lot of swag.
Yes.
They didn't announce prizes, and then they're like, "Here's all these prizes."
Which Magic player who wasn't here this weekend would you most like to see at the next CubeCon?
Oh, Caleb Gannon. I've never met Caleb Gannon.
He was supposed to come.
I love his
Caleb,
cube.
get here.
Caleb Gannon's cube is my favorite cube that I've ever played.
Wow.
And, orgasmic. It's amazing.
Awesome. Well,
that is high praise.
You want to run the triple? We had other Caleb G. So triple Caleb. Can one tournament handle that many Caleb? That much Caleb?
I don't see why not.
Well, we're going to find out. Caleb Gannon, the gauntlet's been thrown. This is your cube to win next turn. And he was actually supposed to be here. We were in conversations. He did appear.
He had a work thing, right?
He had a work thing, but he appeared in the rap video, the remix of your music, of your song. So Caleb Gannon did contribute.
This guy writes the lyrics, organizes like a bunch of different singers, and then he keeps calling it my song.
Caleb's songs.
J-Bro can't do anything but pump people up.
That's true. The ultimate
permanent
hype man.
Yeah.
So we're also going to get Michael in the booth for a quick debrief from our producer, which is
that's news to Michael.
Yeah, that's going to be Caleb.
Oh, I went. Okay, yes,
Yeah.
yeah. Come on, Michael. Come on in, buddy.
Caleb, when are you starting your stream? Everyone wants to know.
Tonight?
Yes.
I kind of wanted to do the Aqua Cube.
We're not.
I can.
I'm going to
next
say
stream starting tomorrow.
I haven't got to stream. I haven't really got to cube this weekend. Caleb's. I'm not going to let you stream tonight. We're cubing tonight.
Yes, and you're cubing with Aqua's cube.
Bye, everybody.
All right. Caleb going out. Thank you. Hats off to Michael. Michael, our producer, stepping in the booth for the first time.
This is the
which
man.
means no one's behind the keys.
Yeah. Caleb, go take the production.
Yeah. Chat's gonna run wild now.
So again, all this is possible. All the enjoyment you've had because of Michael's hard work. He's been sitting behind a keyboard, laboring it, but it's been a labor of love, right?
Yeah.
Enjoying but really hard work throughout this whole thing. And so again, let's give a huge thank you. Can you see those emotes flying to thank you to Michael, our producer? Let me see some emotes that represent thank yous. There's a little kitty with a heart thing or a hamster or something. So there you go. What did you make of this whole experience?
It was a lot of fun. So it was kind of a challenge because I have not done a lot of streaming and live events.
Yeah.
I think I've done like 2 or 3 things, and obviously they were much smaller. And
That's for you.
Thanks everyone. I really wanted to try and put something together that we were proud of that would be representative of like the work that we did for CubeCon for the rest of the planning. And I was a little nervous, especially because like things that we were going to do, like I had never done before. And I was really happy with how everything turned out.
I mean, you and I were basically partners over this whole weekend, working together. And I will say that I was incredibly impressed with what you specifically were able to put together, independent of what I was doing in here. But I know you were basically running the show for all of the viewers the entire time.
Yes.
You took less breaks than anyone on the whole weekend.
Yes.
I'm 100% sure of that.
I'm a little bit tired. Yeah.
I might have the second least, but you have me beat by the least amount of breaks.
And not only that, you're relatively. In fact, I think you were the latest addition to the team. You came in, but
latest but greatest.
Latest and greatest. We BK and I talked about it, and I pitched it to you. I don't know if you remember when we initially talked about it. Is this what you expected when we had that conversation?
I mean, I didn't expect everything to kind of like run so smoothly. I mean, like anytime you start something, it's like, yeah, you have ambitions, but like the whole CubeCon idea was really ambitious, and like I didn't know if everything was going to come together. And I think
I don't think anybody did. No one did. But you know what? It happened. It happened anyway.
If you willed, it is no dream. We got it done. Yeah. And so you were surprised by how well it went.
Yeah. I mean, like especially from like I was worried that things were going to go wrong, and I don't feel like we had like any really major hiccups throughout the weekend.
Well, Caleb.
We put the wrong cube on one time. That's about it.
Well, Caleb did win, which means he's going to be a braggart about it for a whole nother year, and I'm going to be hearing about constantly.
See, that's but not besides a problem for me. See, that's just something you have to worry about.
Yeah, that's a J-Bro problem. That's not a Michael and Justin problem at all.
But anyway, it was fantastic and really great work. And also, if you have not given a subscription, that's how we can support Michael's work through this through Cloud Ranger. Previously, you've never done any cube streaming before.
Correct. Yeah. The niche I kind of been in is pre-modern.
Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I won't go into too many details, but it's like a niche format, kind of like old school.
It's the cube of constructed.
Yeah. So it's from sets from 4th edition through Scourge. So if you like the old bordered foil cube that we had featured earlier in CubeCon, it's a lot of those cards, and it's a constructed format.
Yes.
And we do.
It's a ton of fun.
There's
it's
a ton
amazing.
of diversity. The decks are like really fun. There's just a lot of balance and a lot of room to kind of do new creative things. I'm currently in the middle of doing the Pre-Modern Showdown Series 4 with my friend Flint Espel. I'm going to be doing that on Thursday nights. We took a week off to do CubeCon, and we have like 5 or 6 weeks left of
Could
that.
you elaborate a little bit on what exactly that is?
Yeah, if you're familiar with the Vintage Super League, it's a lot of things like that. But basically, we invited 8 players, and they all brought 3 different pre-modern decks. And then every week, they're going to play an opponent. They ban one of their opponent's decks, and then they pick one from the remaining 2, and then they play a match. And so we have 4 matches so all 8 players play every week. After 7 weeks, we're going to have 4 people, and then there's 2 more weeks.
And you'll be live streaming that on CloudGo Ranger on Twitch, but you'll also have VODs up as well as YouTube videos up.
Yep.
If people want to watch it
if you want to
afterwards.
catch up, I don't have the YouTube videos, but of it, but the VODs are still on my YouTube or on my Twitch channel. The YouTube videos will be going up soon. I've been busy with CubeCon stuff.
Yeah, we've had a lot going on.
So
they will be coming up. I know people are a lot of people call it the finals and today, and they want to see the rest of the weekend, and that will absolutely be available. You can check out the VODs now, but if you want to wait for YouTube, I know a lot of people prefer that platform one over the other.
Me too.
YouTube will be coming soon.
Yes.
Michael's needs a break because he's been going for basically 4 days straight.
Yeah, and again, every single member of the team really put work in and really made this happen. And again, Michael being the latest edition, really this was one of the most important pieces because we had hundreds or maybe thousands of people, or maybe probably millions, statistically speaking, of people who couldn't be here today but are going to want to watch the content in perpetuity. And this was history in the making. The first CubeCon, the proof of concept, this amazing opportunity. Gwen, get back here. We need you back here too. This amazing opportunity that people can now watch at their leisure as much as they want. And we also have our other hero of the day. Let's give it up for Gwen Decker. So if you are a Cube fan, if you're watching us, you probably are. You know about the best Cube website in the world, which is Cult of Cube Cobra.
Pretty good.
Well, Cult of Cube's a Twitch, a YouTube channel. This is Cube Cobra, and Gwen is the mind behind it. He also went out of his way to make an app. We told him hey, we want to do ranked choice voting. We want to do this. Gwen's like, I can do that, and he did. And he made this amazing app that everyone has said is the best app they've ever used. We've had people who've been to tons of Magic tournaments. Everyone said the same thing. And that was all you. Gwen, do you want to talk about your experience a little bit?
I feel like everything went very smoothly. It was a massive success. Everyone I talked to said they had a blast and enjoyed the cubes.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I think it was a great proof of concept, and I think I'm just really excited for how we can expand it next year.
Do you remember when I initially reached out to you?
I do.
And it was a crazy message. Like, who is this freaking little Jewish guy calling me up? Like, what's going on?
Long time lurker. So.
But when that happened, did you dream that this was actually even possible, or were you just like, I'll entertain him? But
it seemed like very difficult to pull off. But if anyone can do it, then
we can. And again, we're representing the in front of the camera, the in front of the scene, behind the scenes sort of stuff here. These two were the backbone of everything that happened. It's absolutely incredible. So please, how can people support your stuff? What's the best Cultic or Cube Cobra?
Yeah, I mean Cube Cobra. I mean, if you use it, awesome.
Oh, Patreon. Be Patreon for Cube Cobra.
If you want to support Cube Cobra specifically, we have a Patreon. You don't have to though. Like just using Cube Cobra itself. Like,
what a self-promoter.
Yeah.
We have one. You don't have to. You don't want to.
The thing is, everyone watching the stream.
His humility is only matched by his ability. That's what we'll say about Gwen Decker. And also, Justin, you've got some amazing content coming up. Can we plug that a little bit?
I do. I would just say follow my Twitter at jparnell1. I'm kind of getting back into doing content. I'm going to start doing content full time.
Hell yeah.
Magic content and other stuff. So that's where you should go to find out what's going on with me.
Absolutely.
I've obviously been here the whole weekend. I haven't made anything new for the last week.
Well, you did.
I did. It's true. Not that I've self-published, but obviously been in front of the camera. So
yeah.
happy to do that. And if you're watching and you have a place that you would like commentary, that's not true.
Okay.
If you would like someone to do commentary, I would love to be contacted by you.
Justin Parnell is one of the best commentators you could possibly get.
I appreciate that.
Absolutely true. He's not as good as Cedric.
No,
Cedric is the best,
absolutely not.
but he is a good second choice. So if you have the opportunity, and also again, fantastic to work with all that stuff. So you have the opportunity, hit up Justin. It's a great opportunity. Mana traders, whoever's doing stuff, this is a great guy to do it with. And what do we think, fellas? We run it back next year?
Oh,
Run it back.
definitely. Absolutely.
Bigger and better.
I guess I'd just take a quick moment to thank some of the other people that weren't in front of the camera as much, like Zach or Libby, like so our head judge and
our head
did a ton of the organizing and helping us get things together. So there were a lot of people that were putting this together, and not all of them you saw on camera.
Yes.
Or kind of like the faces of CubeCon. So we do want to thank them as well.
Yeah, that's actually no. Stay on. Let's get the whole team. Zach,
everybody in here.
Zach.
Libby already left. So.
And,
BK
and I'll shout out Libby, our head judge, who was really everybody
people see you for
everybody putting this together. This is like most John is
behind you.
Surprise!
Whoa, where'd you come from?
Yeah, Brian Kowal.
Right here. Got it. Sorry. That was my bad.
I think the only person Libby might be the only person that we're missing. But this is the team that put everything together, and it is really, really special for obviously all of you, but really, really special for us because this was a crazy idea.
Yes.
And the fact that we're at the end of a stream where we did this event, and it worked, and everyone had a great time is incredible.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of unbelievable because this sort of thing doesn't happen in Magic in general. There's been a lot of conventions that have tried to be really specific for stuff, and they mostly fail.
Hell yeah.
And this one didn't.
Hell yeah. Let's give ourselves a
Yeah.
round of applause.
Hey.
It is awesome.
And we can thank Twitch chat too for making us that. This is fun.
Thank you, everyone.
Yes, thank
Absolutely.
you.
Thank you. Thank you. And again, get your tickets, get ready for next year, start making plans, stuff like that. We will be running back bigger, better, stronger. We're going to go get some dinner, decompress a little bit. And thank you all so much for hanging out. We're going to wrap it up. We need our producer to close the stream.
You know what? Actually, J-Bro, why don't you take the honors by yourself?
Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, just.
No, we're all going to leave. Go ahead. You can close it.
We're wrapping up.
It's appropriate.
All right.
I think it's only appropriate. This is you to end the show, my friend.
Well, I'll say this. This has been a huge labor of love for me, and it's possible because every single person who helped in any single way, Caleb Gannon helping promote and making the song, Caleb Durward with his song and promoting it, like Ryan Sachs, every single person, Topple Popple, Jamie Topples helped us with a bunch of stuff, and she cut a promo for us. Every single person, Chill MTG, all of our sponsors, BK with Misty Mountain. This was a huge group effort. My strength is a catalyst. I will bring people together. I'll identify people's strengths, but it was just me persisting and asking, getting all these amazing, talented people to do it, and it was a huge labor of. I'm so happy. You all made me so happy. I'm thrilled, and thank you from the bottom of my heart, and thank you to every single person who made this happen. Bless up, homies. Also on Twitter, tell people that you would like to see here. #CubeCon, who you want to see coming. So Caleb Gannon, tag him. Melissa Del Toro, tag her. Carmen Handy. Everyone else that you want to see, tag him on Twitter. Tell him #CubeCon 2023 and that you want to see him there and stuff like that. I can't wait to see what it looks like next year. Bless up to everyone else. This has been a great success. With so much going on in the world, it's nice to have some good news. We're going to wrap up now, so I really appreciate you. Michael, just let me know when we're muted, and we're going to see you next year, if not earlier. And catch me on my stream, Team Jaber on Twitch. I'll be doing some more Cube content. Yeah, thrilled. Cube is the best Magic ever made. Magic is the best game ever made, and I'm so happy to put this together for you. So that's it. I'm out. Bye.